Hi. So we're going to do a nice back care breath aware class today. So back pain is something that's really, really common. And especially now that everybody's sitting a lot more, there's a lot more back pain going on. I just heard how sitting is the new smoking. So, it's not good for us. So I hope through this class, we can just ease some of that tension, release some of the stress that may be causing the back pain. If you don't know me, I'm Selena. I've been teaching since 2008. And recently, about a year and a half ago, maybe, I got myself a little back injury. And it was really difficult to manage. And the thing that helped the most, it was actually rest. And now it's all about rebuilding that strength with gentle movements. So I know I'm a kind of go-getter type of person sometimes. So I was really continuing to teach classes and do all the stuff I normally do. And that didn't give me the space to heal. So these practices, they're very gentle. Anyone can do them. And just a reminder to listen to your body always. So if something doesn't feel right for you, just don't do it. Forget about it. If you want to modify the movements, do them in a different way, I invite you to do so. It's all about feeling comfortable, relaxed, and taking care of our own backs. So we'll get started. We'll start standing up. Oh yeah, and if you have a chair, it would come in handy, especially for the relaxation. There's a folding chair over here, but a kitchen chair, any kind of chair would be perfect. All right, so I like to start all of my practices by just inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth a little bit vigorously, like making a bit of a sound, and just let the body shake, move, do whatever it needs to do, anything that helps you release. So we'll do that a few times. And a reminder, if you're finding this class and you enjoy it, please subscribe. Okay, let's plant the feet. So there's a few reasons these classes are called yoga jams. One, I'm jamming on the things I love from yoga, the things I love from Qi Gong, like this standing position. This comes from Qi Gong. So the knees are a little bent. The back is nice and flat. And three, I wear my pajamas. I want to be comfortable. I bet you want to be comfortable too. So we'll have the hands pointing face down, palms of the hands facing the ground. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feel the length of the spine. So we can imagine like a silver cord starting at the tailbone, pulling all the way up through the whole spine, through the base of the skull. So the chin is just like very gently tucked in. And then pulling up through the crown of the head. And this upward pull can just keep on going. Through the stars. So the spine is nice and long. Now let's feel the feet on the earth. And we'll start to go into an abdominal breath. So as we inhale, allowing the belly to expand. And with the exhales, gently allowing the belly to contract. And visualize the breath moving through the legs, through the feet into the earth. Maybe even through the hands, through the palms into the earth. So we inhale, focus on the belly, fill the belly. Exhale down through the earth. And that's it. Just breathe. As always, relaxing as much as possible. For sure, the legs are working a little bit, so you might be feeling the thighs. That's okay. But the whole upper body, it can even be like a game where we look for tension in the upper body, and then we just like let it melt into the earth. As you exhale, really visualize exhaling with the earth, like at least 2 feet below the feet. See if you can relax a little more. Find your smiles, inner and outer. Okay, gently release. Give the legs a little shake. It can be a bit intense on the thighs. You can always give yourself like a little tapping massage. While we're at it, let's start just tapping the back. You could use the palms or the backs of the hands. We'll go ahead and we'll give the whole body a tapping massage before we go into our other exercise. So we can just tap the head, the face. We can tap down the front of the body. Now, be careful bending forward. If you have back pain, you want to bend the knees a lot. And you don't even have to go forward at all. And we can tap up the legs, tap those kidneys, a little back again. And we'll tap out the lung channel massage. This is something from Philip Black. So start from the shoulder, go down the inner arm, palms facing forward. Turn the palm down, come up. And then just go across the body. Other side, start at the shoulder, go down the arm. Turn the palm down, come up, go across the body. All right. So let's just start stretching the spine in the different directions. So we'll start in like a really lazy way. I love lazy movements. So just remember the silver cord pulling up through the spine. So the spine's always long, shoulders super relaxed. And we'll just kind of swing side to side. Just moving in a way that feels good for you for today. It could be fast, it could be slow, it doesn't really matter. Let the head follow the movement. Okay, so now maybe we can add the arms a little more, giving ourselves more of a massage. So we can kind of strike the back and the belly gently. And only if you want, only if that feels good. Always listening to our own bodies. And just a reminder, like this is an hour-long class, but you can like pick out any of these exercises and just do them throughout the day. So when you're sitting doing your computer work, you could put on a timer, goes off every hour maybe, then get up. You could do the first one we did, the grounding, this, any of the exercises we do. All right, let's bring it back to center. Give ourselves a little shake. Plant the feet. So you can always have more of that Qigong stance, a little bend in the knees, nice flat back. We'll just roll the shoulders out a little. So inhale forward up, exhale back and down. You could use arms or not, so let it be a creative movement. Move in whatever way feels good for your body. So the spine can move, the head can move. It's always up to you. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. When we exhale through the mouth, it's more of a cleansing breath. When we exhale through the nose, it's more of a tonifying breath. Let's change directions. We'll inhale the shoulders back and up, exhale forward down. I like to use my elbows a little more with this movement. But again, it's whatever feels good for you. And then let's go back a couple times. Okay, drop the shoulders down the back. Now let's just kind of move the spine side to side. So we can start with the hips. Now we want to let the head move too. We want to let the whole spine move. So just relax into it. It could be fast, it could be slow. It's whatever your body needs. Just imagine like hydrating the spine. You know, feel into your own body. If there's a spot that needs a little more attention, just send a little extra focus there. And again, you can adjust and modify these movements however you want, however you need. Just relax into it. And I always like to let myself be a little bit silly. I encourage you to be a bit silly as well. So have fun. You know, it's easier to learn through play than effort. Let the body move. Let the spine move. Your creative energy. Oh, I switched into circles. Let's circle those hips. So I'm opening up the feet a little wider, more shoulder distance. We can even take the hands, place them on the low back. So our creative energy right here. A low belly in the pelvic bowl. So let's just circulate it. So if you want to work with the breath with this, you could inhale half the circle and exhale the other half. But also, don't worry about it. Don't even think about it too much. If you like, we can imagine sending fresh energy into the back. Feel the hands on the back, into the hips, into the pelvis. Okay, let's change direction. So these yoga jams, they're intuitive flows. So I may have an idea of what we're going to do or a theme, like this class is for the back, but I don't know exactly what's going to come through. So we discover it together. Okay, I'm slowing down a little bit. You go at your own pace. So please trust your intuition. Your intuition asks you to do something else. Just try it. Last few. Okay, let's bring the feet back together so we can step the left foot in, right foot in. So still in our Qi Gong stand, so the knees a little bent, the back fairly flat. We're going to start working with the gallbladder. So it's spring now. I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's spring now. So spring's all about the liver, the gallbladder, the color green. So we can pretend we're holding a little ball, and also the eyes. So we'll use the eyes too. So we'll inhale here. We exhale, we just reach across, let the eyes follow the fingers. The other hand, it doesn't really matter what it does. I'm bringing it around my waist. You can even just drop it. So the important thing, we inhale in the middle. And we exhale, reach across at the eyes, follow the fingers. I love this for the upper back and the shoulders. Feels so good. It's always surprising. Wow, I got a lot of tension up there. You can imagine just shooting that tension out as we exhale. So if you're catching this video and you're interested in more live classes, please let me know. I'm trying it out. Notice the differences from one side to the other. And as always, you can go at your own pace. This one, it can even be done faster, like more of an aerobic exercise. Let's try it. If you like it slow, keep it slow, no problem. If you want to add color, you can imagine drawing in the color green, the color of spring. Exhaling, just releasing, just shooting out any tension. Anything that blocks the free flow of our own energy. A few more. Keep bringing it back to center. Release. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, another one for the gallbladder, and we'll start stretching the sides of the body, the sides of the spine. So always the same thing, the knees a little bent, back flat. We can interlace the hands, come up. Turn the palms up towards the head. So we'll start here. So the elbows are bent, the knees are bent. So we inhale. And then as we exhale, push the heels into the floor, push the heels of the hands up, stretch the spine. Let's do that twice more. So inhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. One more, then we'll add the side bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Okay, with the inhale, push up with the heel of your left hand. So stretch out that left side. And then with the exhale, tilt over to the right. Just as far as it's comfortable. We inhale back to the center, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, push up the heel of the right hand. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, heel of the left hand up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, heel of the right hand up. Exhale, over to the left. This is another example of a good movement to do when taking that little standing break from working sitting down. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Heel of the left hand up. Inhale. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center, bend. Exhale, stretch. Heel of the right hand up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back to center. One more time. Just the bend. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale. And then release the arms. Give yourself a little shake. Let's go back to that twisting movement. Just notice how it feels. Notice how you feel. Okay, so we got these twists. We got the side bends. Now let's stretch the spine forward and back. So we'll do spinal cord breathing. And again, this is another good exercise when you take your standing break from sitting. This is something could be great to do. Okay, so the feet underneath the hips, little bend in the knees. So as we inhale, we'll make fists. Lift up the chest. And we exhale, bring the elbows in, round the back, tuck the tail. To whatever degree is comfortable, listen to your body, especially if you have back pain. So we inhale, open up. Exhale, round, draw into yourself. That's it. Follow your own breath. Move within a comfortable range of motion. If there's any pain, back off. Remember, we need to give ourselves the space, the time to repair. So make sure that you feel good. Sure. Okay, the next inhalation, open up. And with the exhale, release. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, so before we come down to the mat, we're going to do like a little mini meditation. You could stay standing up or you could sit in your chair. Or if you want to sit on the floor, you could sit on the floor. So I'm just going to stay standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. And all we're going to do is visualize the color green filling up the liver. Liver is a large organ on the right side. And as we exhale, we can imagine just the space around us getting a little bigger, a little brighter. And the color green just expanding out. And we could add the emotional aspects, working with Chinese medicine. So as we inhale the color green into the liver, we can invite the feeling of kindness. And as we exhale, we can release any anger. So another 3 or 4 breaths. Inhaling kindness, nice bright green. Exhaling, expanding outward, releasing any feelings of anger, irritation. 2 more. Okay, now we'll add the arms. So still working with the same concepts, the color green, kindness, releasing anger. It's almost a similar movement to the gallbladder. So we inhale here, drawing in that green color. And then we exhale, we'll just push one hand forward. Don't really worry about the other hand. So we inhale, draw in. Exhale, release. So you can imagine as you push out, releasing any anger, feelings of irritation, all that stuff. So we inhale, green color, drawing in kindness. Exhale, releasing any anger, any irritation. Go at your own pace. It could be really slow. It could be really fast. Drawing in kindness, compassion. You know, always starting with ourselves. Releasing anger. You know, even the anger of, being hard on ourselves. being self-judgmental, self-critical. Anything. I know sometimes when I feel slighted or whatever, or something happens, I can just like replay that scenario and be all mad about it. Part of me even likes it. So if you have any of that going on, as you exhale, just let it go. Drawing in that bright, clean, green, healthy color. Exhaling, releasing any anger, irritation towards ourselves, towards others. Green, it's a very nourishing color. It's great for the physical body. Breathe it into the liver, into the back. Relax the face. Relax everything that can be relaxed. The more relaxed we are, the easier it is for our energy to flow. Okay, just a couple more of these. And again, this is something you can do in your standing break. Or, you know, if you're waiting for your tea to steep. Okay, let's release. We'll just kind of smooth out. So we'll inhale the arms out to the sides. Exhale, just come down the front of the body. Let's go with your breath. Okay, let's warm up the hands. And once the hands are nice and warm, just place them on the low back, like around the kidneys. Let's just take a few breaths with the kidneys. So again, the knees are a little bent, the back is flat. For the kidneys, if you like, we could imagine the color purple. And the emotional aspects of the kidneys, we could inhale a feeling of wisdom. Exhale, release any feelings of fear. You can imagine exhaling down through the feet. If that feels good for you. A few more breaths. See if you can feel the breath in the low back, if you can feel the breath pushing into the hands. Well, a little trick, just placing the hands on the body, it draws the breath into that spot. So now, of course, we're doing it for the low back, but let's say you notice your shallow breathing, you could just place a hand on the belly to help the breath become a little deeper. Okay, last 2 or 3. Okay, let's drop the hands. We'll keep working the upper back a little bit. So first we can do this. I find this fun. We can just clap in the front, clap in the back a few times. If the back clap doesn't work, don't worry about it. No big deal. Okay, and then when the hands come behind, we can interlace, draw back, and just lift as much as is comfortable. 2 or 3 breaths. Okay, one more time so we can clap. Interlace behind the back, stretch out. Breathe nice and deep. And we'll do it another time. So clap. I like noticing how it gets easier to do the claps after you've done 1 or 2. Okay, interlace and lift. Okay, release. Give yourselves a little shake. All right, so we'll prepare to come down onto the mat. We'll do a couple of things on all 4s. So depending what surface you're on, I have this plushy carpet, which is very nice. You might maybe want like a blanket underneath the knees. So do whatever you need to do to get comfortable. And be mindful of how you come down to the floor. Especially if you're currently experiencing back pain, be really gentle with yourself. So I try to go down like very evenly. All right, so hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. The back, we have our lumbar curve, but we don't want it to be super exaggerated. So we don't want to drop the belly to the floor. I like to keep it a little bit flat, engage the core, just a little. So the crown of the head's pulling forward. Let's tuck the toes. Just take 2 or 3 breaths. Feel the parts of the body touching the earth. Find something to relax. Now feel where the hips are in space. Feel the weight between the hands and the knees. We're going to try to keep the hips where they are. Keep the weight fairly even through the parts of the body touching the earth. And extend 1 leg at a time. So trying to keep the hips steady. We inhale, extend 1 leg back. Pushing through the heel. And then we exhale, just come right back down. So that's the entire movement. So just go 1 leg, then the other. Inhaling back. Exhaling, bring the knee back down. You can use a belly button when you exhale to like pull the leg back down. You don't need to worry about the leg being super straight. Focus more on the position of the hips. Go with your breath. Okay, we'll do 1 more each side. All right, let's come into a child's pose. So again, flatten the feet. Bring the bum to the heels. Stretch the arms out in front of us. Take 2 or 3 breaths in the child's pose. If your head doesn't hit the floor, just grab a blanket or a block or something to put under your head. Okay, now with an inhalation with the head, look forward. We're just going to rock forward and back. So we rock forward into a table, back into the child's pose. So just a few times with your breath. Okay. So we'll release that movement and transition to coming down onto the back. So now's a good time if you have socks, sweaters, like any cozy clothes to put them on. If you have a blanket to use to cover up for the relaxation, it would be good to grab it. If you have a chair, to have it close by. We're going to do a couple more things before getting the chair into our relaxation position, but just to have it close. And hopefully it won't get in my way too much. Stick it over there. Okay, so once you're ready, come onto the back in a way that's comfortable for your body. We'll have the hands on the knees. And we'll start by just inhaling, moving the knees forward. Exhale, pulling them towards the chest. So just kind of going into a rocking motion. Inhaling forward. Exhaling towards the chest. Go with your breath. Okay, place the feet down on the earth. So we'll do some ankle circles, and here we want to have our lumbar curve. So we want to be able to slide a few fingers or maybe the whole hand underneath the back. So if your back is like really glued to the ground, you could just kind of like tilt the hips, the pelvis forward to create that lumbar curve. If it's really not happening, you could grab a blanket. This is why I said to have a blanket in a chair. And you could just use it, or a towel, like a rolled up towel. Everybody has towels. And you could just lie down on top of it. So it helps keep that curve for you. So whichever works for you. So let's bend one leg. It's my left leg, but it doesn't really matter. Now the important thing, fingers behind the knee, thumbs beside the knee. So we want to like brace the knee so it stays right on top of the hip. And then we'll just start to rotate that ankle. So, you know, the poor feet and ankles, they manage all of our gravity. So oftentimes back pain can actually come from the feet. We get stuck in certain walking patterns. So by doing exercises like this, we wake up the muscles that have kind of fallen asleep. You might be feeling it already. Sometimes you can feel activations all the way into the thigh. Just do as many as is comfortable for you. This is a type of movement. It would be good to do it every day. Build up to maybe doing like 50 rotations each side. Okay, let's change direction. All right, give yourself a little shake. Now we'll interlace the hands below that knee. Inhale the knee away. Exhale, pull it in. Just go with your breath. Next time the knee comes to chest, keep it there. Let's see if we can slide the other leg down on the ground. And engage that bottom leg. That's my right leg. So pull the toes towards you. Now we'll do a small movement with this right leg. We'll inhale it up a few inches. Exhale down a few inches. So this is great. I have the chair to guide my movement. Make sure I don't go too high. As you do this, push through the heel. So we're just inhaling up, exhaling down. Stretch. This is a type of exercise we can imagine like we want to get taller. Okay, bring that knee back into the chest. Hands on both knees. Inhale away. Exhale, pull in. And then we'll start on the other side. So my left foot on the floor, my right leg's bent, holding on behind the knee, fingers behind the knee, thumbs beside, bracing it in place, and just start to rotate that ankle. Change direction. All right, give it a little shake. Let's interlace the hands around the knee. Inhale it away. Exhale, pull it in a couple times. Okay, next time the knees to the chest, we can slide the bottom leg down. So bottom leg is engaged. Pull the toes towards you. Remember, we want to get taller. So we push out through the heel. Inhale, lift the leg just a few inches. Exhale, lower it a few inches. Go with your breath. Relax everything that can be relaxed, like the face, the cheeks, the jaw. Okay, bring the knee back to the chest. We can take the arms out to the sides and we can just do some like lazy twists. So it could be the legs together or one leg at a time. So for one leg at a time, it's like one leg goes to the side and the other leg just follows. Just go as far as it's comfortable. And then the top leg goes to the other side. The other leg follows. Okay, we'll come back to center, put the feet down on the earth. Make sure you're comfortable where you are. So this one, again, we want to have our lumbar curve, either with a blanket or just with the body. We're going to do a shoulder release that I really love. I do this at the end of almost all of my classes. So we'll grab onto the elbows. Elbows are right on top of the shoulders. We inhale here. Exhale the elbows over to one side, just as far as they want to go for today. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. And this is a super relaxed movement. Keep going. Follow your breath, inhaling in the middle. So, if your head wants to follow, let it. If the opposite elbow comes off the ground, that's fine. Relax the whole head, neck, the chest, the upper back, the shoulders, as much as possible. Okay, next time you come back to center, exhale the arms towards the head. And keep going in this direction. So inhaling center, Exhaling back towards the head. Okay, come back to center. We'll just change the cross of the arms. So whatever arm is in front, put it in the back. And then we do the same two exercises. So inhale here. Exhale to one side. Inhale center. Exhale to the other side. And the next time you come to center, start exhaling the arms back towards the head. You might stop at the forehead or go over the head. It depends on the length of your upper arms. So wherever they end up is perfect. Okay, next time you come to center, just relax. So let's get ready for Shavasana, a full relaxation. So you could even just stay right here. You could keep the blanket underneath the low back if you have it and you like it. You could also use the chair. So I'm going to use the chair. The chair is one of the best ways to relax with low back discomfort. The only thing is it requires a little more setup. So for the blanket, you could keep it or not underneath the low back. I'm going to take mine away. If you do have a blanket to use as a blanket to cover up and keep warm, grab it. Anything you can do to make yourself warm and comfortable would be super beneficial. So if you're using the chair, all we're doing is putting our lower legs on the chair. So grab anything you need to make yourself nice and cozy. And then we'll come onto the back. If you don't have the chair, you could just keep your legs bent. If you're very comfortable, you could have your legs long on the ground. So whatever works, whatever feels good for you today. There's also a couple ways to work with the chair. You could be just like this, so lower legs fully supported, or you could hook your feet. If you have a folding chair like this, you could hook your feet on the edges and kind of let the knees hang out, do more of a hip opener if you want. We didn't do much hip opening today, so whatever feels good. This is the version I'm going to do. So settle yourself in. Any kind of little adjustments you may need. I usually like the hands out to the sides, palms facing up, but whatever feels good for you. Try to have the chin slightly tucked in, the forehead sloping down. As with every relaxation, just let yourself let go. Feel all the parts of the body touching the earth and the supports of the earth. Give yourself permission to relax. Let yourself let everything go. Okay. Let's very gently start to wake the body. You could rotate the wrists, the ankles, move the fingers, the toes. Any kind of movement that feels good for you. Eventually stretching the arms over. Taking the knees into the chest. You might want to take a breath or two, just rock side to side. Enjoying the massage to the low back. And then eventually rolling over, usually to the right. And just take a few more breaths in a little fetal position. Feeling and receiving the support of the earth. In your time, when you're ready, use the strength of the arms to press up. And make your way into any comfortable seat. I'm just going to come sit on my blankets. And we can just sit with ourselves for a moment before closing the class. So feeling the parts of the body touching the earth. The shoulders roll back and down. Remember that silver cord starting at the base of the spine, moving all the way up through the base of the skull, chin is gently tucked in, through the crown of the head. And just take a moment, feel and receive these supports from above and below. See if it's possible to relax into them even. Okay, let's rub the hands together. We'll come into prayer. So we can kind of just dig the thumbs into the sternum, roll the shoulders back and down. Lift up again, base of skull, crown of the head. Drop down through the sit bones. If you like, we can close by chanting an Om. So Om is said to be the sound beneath all other sounds, the sound of the universe itself. So when we chant it, we match that frequency, that universal frequency. So we'll exhale everything. Inhale to chant. With gratitude and appreciation, may we acknowledge, honor the light, the love, the magic within ourselves, within each other, and within all. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. So So thank you so much for joining me in my first ever YouTube live class. I hope you liked it. Please feel free to leave a comment, of course, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have a Facebook group called Selena Yoga Jams, so I put all of my class information there. And I have a class by donation every Sunday. It's a whole hour and a half from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you are very welcome to come. It's similar in feeling in this one in that it's accessible for everyone, so you don't need any special skills or anything. Just being yourself, that's the only special skill. So thank you again. This was awesome. I really appreciate you being here. So take care and see you soon.